So let's talk about this question that's asking us to find a percentile. So here I'm given all this data and I'm asked to find the percentile of 9.6. What that means is that 9.6 is somewhere in this data, that value is there, and I want to know what its percentile is. In other words, what percentage of data is actually less than that value. So we can do this very easily with Statcrunch helping us. Let's first open the data in Statcrunch. We always do that by clicking on the little blue box next to the data and selecting Open in Statcrunch. Let's make this a little bigger. So when you're talking about percentiles, what you always want to have is you want to have your data in order. It needs to start at the smallest data value and get progressively larger and end at the largest data value. Now in this case, all the data was already sorted for us, so that's nice. But if it wasn't sorted for us, you can easily sort it by going to Data, Sort, selecting the columns that you want, or you could have selected all columns, and then choosing to sort ascending. Ascending means least to greatest. I'm going to cancel this because our data was already sorted, but you can always sort by going to Data Sort if you need to. So now I was looking for the percentile for 9.6. So I'm going to scroll down here until I see a data value of 9.6. Here it is. So I can see that 9.6 is the 39th value in my data set. So that means that 38 values actually came before it. So I'm going to put that down right here just to help me remember. 38 values came before 9.6. Now we need to know that, and we also need to know how many values total there were in the set. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom, I can see this is my last value and it's on the 50th row. So that means there were 50 total values in the set. To find the percentile of the set then, all we need to do is take the number of values that came before 9.6, that was 38, and divide it by the total number of values in the set, which is 50. You can certainly do that on your own calculator, but since we're already in Statcrunch, I'll just show you how to do it there. So we can go ahead and go up to the key for data, and we're going to go to compute and expression. Anytime we make a new expression, we're going to click build. So we're building this new expression. Now I can easily just say that I want to do 38 divided by 50. Now if I do that, it's going to give me a decimal value, but remember I was asked for a percentile. So whenever we convert from a decimal to a percentage, we need to multiply by 100. So it's the number of values that were less than 9.6 divided by the total number of values, and then to turn that into a percentage, we multiply by 100. Compute. So I can see that number came up right here, 76. So that means that 9.6 is the 76th percentile for this data. So right here I can go ahead and say 76th. Now let's look here at a similar question, but it's being asked in a different way. In the last question, we were given one of the values of data and asked to find the percentile for that value. This question is different. Now they're telling us that we want to find Q3. Q3 means the 75th percentile. So in this case, it's backwards. Here they're telling us what the percentile is going to be, and we have to figure out which data value from this list actually matches with that percentile value. Again, we can do this in Statcrunch, very easy. So we're going to click the little blue box and choose Open in Statcrunch. Again, this data was already sorted for us, but if we needed to, we could go to Data and sort this data. Now in this case, they were asking us for Q3, which is a special percentile, that is the 75th percentile. And that's actually one of the values available to us in our summary statistics. So if I go to Stat, Summary Stats, Columns, select the column I'm working with. If I scroll down, I will actually see Q3 right there, and I can just select it and it will pull right over. But just so we understand, let's say it wasn't one of these special percentiles that they were asking us for. Let's say they were asking us for the 90th percentile, and I didn't have any option here under statistics for how to find the 90th percentiles. Statcrunch has a nice option right here where I can type in any percentile that I want, and and it will give it to me right here. So if I type 90 right here, it will return to me the 90th percentile of this data. If I want multiple percentiles, I can just add them all into this list by clicking on the little comma and adding whatever else I want. So let's say I also wanted the 15th percentile. I can type that there. Let's say I also wanted the 40th percentile. I can type them all here and it will come up. Compute. So here's Q3. That's what I was asked for in this question. And you can see the other percentiles I asked for came up as well. So this was Q3. So let's go ahead and copy that since that's what the question was asking us for. And I can add that right here. And that should be correct. So those are the two different ways that you can compute questions about percentiles in Statcrunch.